Okay, so hello everyone, good evening. Shall I start? Sajal, are you there?
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Okay, so shall I start?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, so before starting, hello everyone, good evening. Can I have everyone on cameras, please, so that it can be an interactive session?
Hello,
Hi, Anjata. Okay, Bangali.
Ajanta,
Ajanta. Okay, Bangali. Okay,
Bengali. Yes,
finally.
ma'am. Hi.
Finally got someone who is a Bengali in this class. Okay. Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. So, before starting, I would be very clear with the concepts. I hope most of you don't know me. Not an issue. I am Sradhanjali. I am a counseling psychologist based out of Kolkata. I am an expressive art therapist, para fashion, queer, and king affirmative therapist. Also, I'm a lactation consultant, menstruation educator, and sex therapist. So I would be hosting this webinar. Now, few things I would like you all to keep in your mind that this is a one day workshop or a sort of webinar which doesn't makes you a parapsychologist. It's just that you can know about the certain stuffs which we as a parapsychologist we use it up. Clear, because I got so many questions in my previous batches that after completing a one day workshop, can we call ourselves as a parapsychologist? No, I'm so sorry, we can't call ourselves. We need an investment of 15 hours to become a parapsychologist. And in India, it's a very new concept. I'm going to talk definitely. So I believe most of you are from psychology background or any other background. If any other, please write it down. So, okay, before starting off with my PPT, I would like to ask what do you think what parapsychology is? And again, please come up on camera because I feel I'm a doctor. Okay, hi, doctor, psychology teacher. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I request everyone because it's only the black screen and I don't want parapsychology class to be a black screen, though it's definitely a sort of black things. Okay, so what you all understand what parapsychology is all about?
Shall
Give a
we
layman term. Ha ha ha.
shall,
Hmm.
shall we talk or shall we write?
Anything which is up to anything.
Okay. Um, Parapsychology is a branch of psychology,
Mhm.
and it deals with phenomenon which is not scientifically answered, which cannot be explained through our five senses. Um, uh, in that's it for the
Okay,
time.
okay, yes, Sinjay. I'm feeling clinical psychology. Yes, tell me.
So parapsychology is a branch of psychology which deals with paranormal phenomena and how your mind can control in some unconscious ways. In clinical psychology, we use as a psychotherapy. I mean, the past life regression therapy is mostly related to parapsychology in some
Yes, and
therapies.
also hypnotherapy.
Hmm.
Yes,
Oh, wow,
yes,
hypno.
yes. So
And yoga and meditations also we use as
yes,
paranormal.
definitely yes. So which one do you think is parapsychology as per you all? Is it a sort of telepathy or paranormal activity, hypnotizing, some sort of astrological thing, voodoo, angel healing, or any sort of myths which are across? Paranormal, okay. Any other? Anyone who is aware of what exactly is voodoo is?
The
Anyone?
black magic
Yes,
kind of a thing.
yes, black magic.
Studying black magic.
Yes. What exactly happens in voodoo? There ghost, demon, afterlife. Wow. Yeah, definitely that. It's a sort of Mitika doll. It has been made by some people. Some people makes it. And then if you want to do some sort of black magic on a person, you take the DNA or octalt practice. Yes, it's a mostly octalt. You take the DNA or you take the blood, any sort of thing from that individual, and you read certain sort of mantras, and then you go on creating black magic myths. Okay. Okay. So parapsychology is a sort of psychology. Now, most of you won't believe parapsychology again because it's a pseudoscience. Again, I understand. Yeah, definitely it's pseudoscience. But there are people who claims that in therapy also we have our issues with therapy. बोल के कुछ नहीं होता, counseling बोल के कुछ नहीं होता. So it depends on the perspective of the individual, how someone is into this. Now again, parapsychology, being a parapsychologist, we don't teach anyone to practice black magic, neither candle magics also. But definitely in courses we have read about it, but we do not practice. Again, there is a fine difference. So parapsychology is a sort of beliefs where we talk about coincidence, synchronicity, we talk about collective unconsciousness, we talk about births, we talk about deja vus, we talk about personality disorders. Especially, anyone can tell me what sort of personality can come up? Yes, Pragati.
Just clear one thing to me. Is parapsychology means that this psychology beyond your body means that is collective psychology or what the universal psychology which you are the energy universal energy which we say. Does that mean
Yes.
that?
Yeah, it's something related to psychokinesis, life after death, or near death experiences. I would be sharing few articles, like published articles and YouTube video, which has been done in Americas also. So yeah, whatever you said, it's absolutely correct. Okay. Now, this is something a sort of occult practice, but again, we don't practice occulticity. We talk about some sort of synchronicity. Any idea what is synchronicity? A sort of shared coincidence. For example, I might be thinking that I can see Shubha ma'am and Pagriti and Dr. M. And I was thinking that, okay, today in the morning I would be calling them. And suddenly I receive a phone call from them. A sort of coincidence. I'm going to tell you about a experience which while I was doing my internship, while I was not an internship, while I was in my doing my training in unconscious mind, we came up with certain cases. So one or two cases I'll be talking about. So that is what synchronicity is. We talk about some sort of telekinesis. Now there is a difference between psychokinesis and telekinesis. Yeah, I'm going to come. Definitely, I'm going to explore everything, whatever is there in my jolly. But again, please be sure that you are not going to get certified right after this webinar as certified parapsychologist. We require 15 hours of training. Now, this is what synchronicity. Any idea what exactly is synchronicity? As I said right now. Anyone who felt, yes, Pragati.
Yeah, actually, synchronicity is something repeated thing happening with you.
Hmm.
It repeated means repeated patterns happening with it, or something happening in a definite pattern. So in a synchronous way, I yeah, matlab I have been not, uh, what I would say I have faced a synchronicity in my life myself, so I know that how it's more than a coincidence. It's
Yes.
initial seems coincidence, but it's definitely something more than that.
Yes. Now, as Pragati rightly mentioned, it is sort of coincidence. Now, this concept has been given by not by me, not by any parapsychologist. It has been given by Carl Jung in his concept. Definitely, I'm going to talk about Carl Jung and synchronicity. Now, synchronicity have two different ways of thinking, right? Number one, as Pagliti said, or as some sort people believe, 50% people believe that it's a sort of coincidence. And certain people believe it's not a coincidence, it's a sort of curse which I have got. Not I, generally people. Now, while I was doing my training in parapsychology itself, I remember one of our trainees said that uh, in the past 10 days, the training was in the year 2017. So, in the month of May, she used to get a dream that every single night. Now, please remember, it was every single night when she used to get a dream of blood, खून. Okay. Now suddenly she got up one fine morning. It was Sunday or Saturday, if I'm not wrong, a weekend. She told her father that today no one is supposed to go out of the house. I got a very big bad dream for the last 1 week, and please don't go out. And as usual, father did not listen. Now her father went out, and her father was shot dead. It was in Gujarat. She was from Gujarat, and our training was in Delhi. So she and her father was shot dead. Now this is not the first time she did it. Like she saw the dream. That was in a continuous process. Every single month she used to get a dream that this is happening, and the very next day that used to happen. For example, she was also married. She same exactly the same thing to her father-in-law. And the next day, the moment her father in law went out, she was stabbed by one of her gang. Like basically, a sort of gang crime was being done because she belonged from a very affluent sort of business family. This is what synchronicity is. Clear about what exactly synchronicity? Okay. Okay. Now, Carl Jung. Now, this was a very good thing which when I was doing my training, my teacher, my trainer used to tell me, my facilitator, and I was very happy when I came up with this. So, synchronicity and Carl Jung. So, basically, Jung was in a therapy setup. Okay. He was going with his therapy scenes, and a young woman, in terms of patient, she came to him, and she was going through a process of CBT. The therapy which Jung was doing at that time was CBT. I did not mention the whole story over here. I'm doing it in a very layman way so that people can understand. Now, what exactly happened? Jung termed that lady as psychologically inaccessible. Now the woman was narrating the dream, that whatever dream she used to get, and she said that in last night in the dream she saw a piece of jewelry. The color of the jewelry was golden, and it was a sort of the piece, like the shape of the thick jewelry was scrap beetle. Now beetle is very uncommon. We can't see golden beetle, chamkila wala. Okay. Now the moment she said she and Carl Jung was in a therapy session, some sort of knocking was there in the window. Carl Jung went up. He opened the window and he exactly saw that golden scrap beetle. This was the thing which she was narrating, because beetle is not being trained by many of us. We can't train beetle. And then Carl Jung handed over the beetle to the lady, to the young lady. This is what synchronicity and Carl Jung session went on, and it was a very long session. Jung himself was confused. What exactly is this? Then he came up with the term of synchronicity. Clear? I know parapsychology is a bit tricky, but if you all understand, you all can. Clear? Okay. This is exactly which I said. It's being written over here. I'm not reading the PPT. I hope it's okay for you all. PPT would be given by the organizers. Don't worry. Now, have you ever, any one of you have encountered any sort of coincidence, or if I call it as synchronicity? Anyone? Pragati mentioned yes. Sinjoy, yes, Sinjoy. Follow me, yes.
Like,
Okay. Huh?
for example, can you tell
Huh?
what, like, you've seen a beetle? You mentioned about seeing a beetle,
Hmm.
and then she said a beetle, and the beetle exactly came in that
Hmm.
of incidents. It happened to me many times that I might have told certain that this guy is coming for fun, a joke. I think it happened in my college, and he suddenly came.
Hmm. That is a
Hmm.
sort of synchronicity. It's a shared coincidence. Have you all ever been have you do you all have any group of friends from paranormal society? Anyone who have seen their interview or is in touch with any one of them? You all can, if you all are a member of American Association of Paranormal Activists, not activist, but research goes on over there. I have at least encountered many times when I was in my school days. That time, this concept was not clear, but it's a sort of, what do you think? It's a coincidence or it's some sort of belief? How many of you all think it's a belief? Sandhya, okay.
I I do
Yes.
agree it is real because there are a lot of events which science cannot be proven.
Okay. Thanks. It's
And
good to listen that
I
our
have
training clinicals is
Ma'am,
saying this. Yes. Yes.
ma'am, I have a doubt. Like, I don't know if the nature of the event is a synchronous event,
Hmm.
but I have experimented with Ouija boards like 3 times in my life.
Deja
But
vu?
Ouija boards,
Deja boots. Okay. Okay. Hmm.
yes, ma'am. And like 3 times I have conducted the experiment, but every time after the experiment ends, it's something like bad had happened to me. The third time I confirmed and I was like, okay, I'll stay away from this. But is there any relevance to it? Like, is it coincidental in nature or like, is it what? Is it an experience that is beyond explanation?
See, there are certain sort of things which are beyond explanation. Now, if I talk about this case of Carl Jung or what Pragriti narrated or what Sinjoy said, we can't get, as a therapist also, we can't come into this conclusion that this had to be happened. There are certain sort of uh, elements which, as a scientific reason, also we can't say. So it can be a sort of uh, beyond your experience or beyond our experience or our imagination also it happens. We can't tell exactly that way. Yes, Sandhya, you wanted to say something? Okay, okay, okay. Now, please understand the reality of synchronicity. I'm going to talk about the two aspect of synchronicity. Now, how many of you all are aware of deja vu? Agyati, okay, okay. Most of you. Okay, this would come over here. Okay. Now the two aspect of synchronicity. Before coming up to reality, let me talk about. Okay, okay, not an issue. Collective unconscious. Any idea what is collective unconsciousness? In a very layman term, if I have to say, as a parapsychologist, is the memory card of our brain. Chip. In phone we have chip, right? SIM. Collective unconscious is that SIM of our own brain. Now I understand it can be very tricky for you all, but please understand. Hindi में आप so sorry, I don't know certain terms in Hindi, so I is English okay for everyone? Okay, okay, okay. I'm so sorry, but I'll try. Whatever terms I know, I'll try. Don't worry. Now, okay. Now, what exactly is collective unconscious? As in two version. Sajal, could you please take care of this? Sajal or Ashish?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please take care of this Hindi language wala fact.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Now I'm so sorry for this disturbance. Now in two aspect of reality of synchronicity. There are certain sort of people. Now I believe in both. Okay. There are certain sort of people who believes in reincarnation, life after death. Okay. And there are other group of people who believes in genetic connection or genes do impact. Now, in reincarnation, if I talk about deja vu, what is the psychological aspect of deja vu? Now, what is deja vu? For example, anyone who wants to tell what
Any
is deja vu?
any
Yes,
any
Pallavi.
incident experience?
Anyone?
Am I audible?
Pallavi, you are audible.
Uh, so like actually my hair is in a mess. So I did. My
I
hair
think
is
I have
little
seen you
messy.
somewhere. You were
So
there with me in other classes, right? Ah,
yes, I
yeah,
was
tell
in the
me.
narrative
Yes,
therapy session.
yes. Tell me
Yeah.
what deja vu is.
I think deja vu is it's just what I feel deja vu is. I think it's a phenomenon in which, something happens and when you experience it, you feel as though you have experienced it beforehand. You cannot pinpoint exactly when did you experience it or did it even happen, but it feels like, you have experienced it before. It doesn't seem like a brand new event to you.
Yes. So it happens for most of us. That is what reincarnation is. Now, in reincarnation, what it happens, a collection of memory from all the births happen over there. And that's the reason why deja vu occurs. Okay? And in deja vu only, we tend to think that, okay, I have been to that place. Okay, Pragati, you can switch off your camera. So for that reason only we feel that hey, I have been to this place. Ever in my life I did not visit that place, but we have a sort of feeling. It can be in terms of people that yeah, I meet you before. It's a sort of reincarnation. Okay, and there are other feelings also in the second spectrum, that genetic carnation or genetic collection, where you are carrying or your grandmother carried a part of your gene with her. For example, your grandmother carried a part of your mother. Your mother carried a part of you before pregnancy. You are carrying a part of your father, sorry, your son or daughter, anyone. Yeah, if you have attended a session of Garbha Sanskara, you can get this genetic like collection in a very clear terms. For example, you are carrying some sort of features from your great grandmother. It can be in terms of look, it can be in terms of speaking, it can be in terms of moving your hands like I do. It can be in terms of anything. You are also carrying a part of your grandmother, then your mother. This is the reality of synchronicity. Clear about the two aspects of synchronicity? One is the reincarnation and one is the genetic collection.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Hmm.
The you mentioned the genetic connection. Is it scientifically like proved of this existence
Yes.
of a genetic connection?
See, I won't say scientifically proved. There are certain researches you can read, but not more, honestly. Again, it's your perspective, how you are feeling or how you are interpreting. If you take in consideration as a therapist, even if leaving my parapsychology practicing, I do believe in both, like in reincarnation and genetic collection. Think it in this way: you belong from your father's side also, mother's side also. Aren't you carrying any feature, point one feature of your great grandmother or great grandfather? Anyone? We are carrying.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I'll give a good example. I don't know how many of you all can understand from this example, but हम लोग जब शादी पे बैठते हैं, the moment we are searching groom or bride for ourselves, what the parents tells, we need to talk to the parents, like groom side or bride side, we need to talk to them. Even if the daughter is bad, even if the son is bad, if the mom dad, if the great grandmothers or if the grandmoms are good, line पे आना ही होगा. That is a sort of synchronicity, or that is the genetic connection. Clear? Now,
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
one example which I gave. Our teacher did not give this. Clear? Now, my most favorite part. Okay. Any idea what is psychokinesis?
Ma'am, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I
Hmm.
believe it is the ability to move object without contact or something. Is it like that with the power of the mind or something?
Okay. Then, what is telekinesis?
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm wrong. Telekinesis is what you mentioned. Yeah.
Yes. See, psychokinesis, and I did not mention in the PPT because this generally we talk about all sort of kinesis in our classes in the not in the workshop because it's a huge class. We require like two classes for all these kinesis. But generally, what is psychokinesis? It's your power or your ability to influence someone's mind, basically to manipulate that individual. And yes, follow me. Tell me.
Is it like kind of black magic in a way? Because I'm not like getting too much into my beliefs and those things or my interests, but since I am kind of interested, not in practicing black magic or anything, like not exactly, but I do have an interest in all these occult sciences and astrology and stuff. So what like if I'm getting an astrological perspective, black magic is when someone, sends negative energies to you in a way that it influences your mind first. आपका दिमाग खराब होने लगता है उसकी वजह से आप गलत decisions ले लेते हो. So is it something like that?
See,
Like,
in
is it something?
psychokinesis, I'll tell.
Yeah.
See, psychokinesis is a part of, again, I'm saying it's a part of occult as well as black. But in psychokinesis, we can also practice in terms of white magic. Now, how? For example, uh, now I'm not talking about my this particular webinar. Whenever in any group you all get a poster, उसमें बड़ा सा कुछ लिखा होता है कि if you are attending this, you can know this, and these are the bonus. होता है, होता है.
Yes, 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 yes.
What is that?
कि,
It's the
कि,
magic. So people, we don't call it as magic. We call it as a power of marketing, definitely. But when I did my
yeah.
training, I hope you all are aware of God of Diwali.
Not exactly, but is he like India's first paranormal researcher? Like, I'm not sure whether
Yes,
I'm
yes.
right
God of
about
the
it or not.
Yes, he died. Definitely, he died. So he was my mentor. Luckily, I was the super luckiest individual who I got to
Okay.
know. Yeah, and also just a disclaimer: if he was not married, I approached him that I am going to marry you. And that reason he took me, and I was working under him also. So I was the
Aww.
very first student who had a crush. I don't know, but I believe I was a very great fan of him. So I was quite lucky that he taught me everything, starting from
Okay.
black magic to white magic, as well as how to use the tools also and how to use the techniques also. So yeah, he said, now what exactly we can convert this psychokinesis wala thing in terms of white magic. Now, as I said, why you all are here? Because you found that yeah, parapsychology is something kuch hoga is class mein. That is how Mind Company and I, both of us have decided, okay, theek hai, chalo, let's do it in terms of parapsychology. If I would have done REBT in a class of 31, hardly 9 to 10 or 11, no one would come. That is what the power, or that is how you are influencing others. If I talk as Paulo you rightly mentioned, it can be also in terms of black magic, voodoo. हम लोग उनके दिमाग से खेलते हैं. पहले brain, then our full physiological systems get irritated. Yes, enjoy. Okay, would it be possible if I take the like questions at the end so that there are so many slides I need to talk? Would it be possible for you all to hold the question at least? I believe. Okay, write down the question in the chat box or I would definitely answer. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you all. Don't worry. Okay. Now, psychokinesis. Please listen. Psychokinesis and telekinesis, there is a difference, a fine chota wala difference. It's not psychology. In psychokinesis, what we do, we try to influence, or the people who are into psychokinesis practice, they try to influence someone's mind. Have you heard of the name? Like, have you heard of the magician Dynamo? Anyone? I would ask you all to read. Ashish. Thank God, luckily someone. Oh, Akanksha also. Those who have not heard of him, like Magician Dynamo, I would. Yes, yes, Pragati, yes. There is a film also on psychokinesis. I believe it was in the year 2017 or 18. After I forgot. Yes, Sinjay, please hold for 2 minutes. I would complete and I would come up. Okay, I know you people are excited, but please hold on. Excitement ka rush hone do. Let the dopamine get over here. I'm going to come back. Okay. Now, what is telekinesis? Now, as Yusuf said, if I'm not wrong, that to manipulate or any object, that is what telekinesis. Like if this is a pen, I am flowing the pen over here. Okay, I'll explain. This is a pen, or I have some sort of instrument. So if it is a spoon, if you have seen that in a spoon of thing, the magician always does, or anyone who will have seen monk also, 100 years 200 years old monks, they also have that sort of ability to fold this spoon. It's not a spoon basically, but I'm talking in terms of spoon. It can be in terms of pen, anything, to manipulate, to move object from here to there. That is what telekinesis is. And psychokinesis is with the mind. Anyone aware of crinokinesis? Anyone who have seen that? Anyone who is breaking icebergs? Okay, no one, I believe. Okay, not an issue. Cryokinesis is the ability to destroy ice, big icebergs. Yes, now whoever have question regarding psychokinesis can come up. Pragati, your reincarnation wala topic, I'm going to come back once I complete with all the slides. Anyone who have question in psychokinesis? No one? Are you all enjoying the class? Yes or no? Tell me.
Ma'am, so I wanted to ask, like, psychokinesis, an example of it from Hindu scriptures could be like Ved Vyas had the ability to
हाँ
hear whatever is being said in the universe. So
हाँ
that's a kind of psychokinesis, right?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
Or maybe just we go to Sadhguru or some great spiritual leader and we say ki just in their presence, even in silence, you feel a certain calmness and peace in your mind. You feel like your thoughts are coming together. So
बिल्कुल. Hmm.
yeah, okay, okay.
Have anyone heard of the name Baba Darshana? A very old monk, approximate age could be 250 years, because he have seen Mughals, he have seen all sort of wars in the world, and said that, not he said that, I have read personally his life interview. He have seen everything. Now I'll tell a short story related to this psychokinesis. I had a friend. She was from Rishikesh. Now, one fine day, it was when she was in class 9 or 10. Again, I forgot in which class she said me. She said that she, along with her father, was going across the ghat. And suddenly, her father said, okay, chalo, let's take a blessing from this monk. Now, this monk was exactly Baba Darshana. And she said me, Sradhanjali, the Baba looks pretty shabby. Yeah, definitely Babas would, or the monks would be very shabby. So she said me, the way how we give blessing to our younger one by the hands, like the moment we are touching the feet, we place our hand on the head. But this monk, he did not do so. How did he praise? He put up his feet on the head of the girl, like my friend, and he gave the blessings. And as a sort of dakshina, when uncle gave him 500 rupees, he said 500 or 400 again, I forgot. He said, like Baba Darshana said, that I am not taking this money on my own. I am doing it for the sake of others. And he had a full sleeve. Now, this is my skin, and it's the raw skin. He took the amount, either 500 or 400, I forgot, and he directly had given the 500 and 400 or 400 in the skin, and it was completely vanished. Clear with psychokinesis? Okay, yes, Ojunta ma'am. Yes, please come up. Not clear. Pragati is not clear. Okay, Pragati, hold on. I'm going to make it clear. Yes, Ajanta ma'am.
No, actually, I was just asking
Hmm.
whether psychokinesis is it's a mixture of material and uh, spiritual thing. Matlab that the example you gave na ki
Hmm.
500 rupee note it got vanished.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So material thing is uh, it's mingling up with the spiritual or that influential things.
Hmm.
So that is a kinesis.
See,
And
yes, basically, psychokinesis means how you are influencing others, a sort
right,
of
right.
manipulation. Okay,
Hmm.
but I
So
also
yeah.
talked about telekinesis, where you
Hmm.
are manipulating or where you are moving objects. Like if your chair is over here, with your own power, with your own ability, you are like moving without the help of your hand or without anything, just with the help of your power.
Okay. Okay. Manipulating object is telekinesis
Yes.
and manipulating mind is psychokinesis.
Yes, and
Am I
manipulation of
right?
big iceberg. মাছের যে আমরা যখন মাছ আসে, so sorry example I'm giving it to her. মাছের যে বরফগুলো হয় না, বিশাল বড় বড় বরফ,
Right, right.
breaking of that iceberg is called cryokinesis.
Okay. So how come this iceberg breaking thing comes into this parapsychology thing?
I'll tell. In
Okay.
a very short, I'm cutting short the case of my own thing, which I got it again from. I can understand. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Luckily, again one Bengali. So this was a case of Gaurav, sir, like Gaurav Tiwari. He was dealing with this case. It was back in the year 2015. 2015, 19th May. Yeah, I remember. So he got a case in his studio. Basically, this individual had an issue that whenever he sits, he needs an iceberg, and out of anger, he can break that iceberg. Now then, after so thing, like after some sort of experiment which Gaurav sir and his team did on him, we found that he had certain equipments. Now he was from a very posh family background. He visited Sinora market. I'm going to talk Sinora market. He visited Sinora market. He learned the technique of cryokinesis, and after he coming back to India and in Delhi, he started practicing cryokinesis. Now, Sonora market is there in Latin America portion of Mexico. Have you all ever Googled about it? Like, which is called witchcraft market. It's in Mexico. Now this is the workshop, but before that I conducted three courses on that. So while I was doing my research with Gaurav sir, I was being taught that that is a market like in Kolkata or any other state. We have malls, like in Kolkata we have city center, money square, every sort of malls. In Latin America, that is Mexico, there is a huge mall of fifth floor, and in all the floor you can see black magics getting practiced. Only in the down floor, that is the ground wala floor, things are getting sold like black owl, dead owl, bones, all sort of para abnormal things which an individual need to practice in black, like in black magic, witchcrafts, sort of powder. The moment the powder you are put the powder in the liquid, any sort of liquid, that individual performs certain sort of ritualistic behavior, that is in the ground market. And in the first, second, third, and fourth and fifth floor, all sort of black magics are getting practiced. So this is something this individual came up with. Now that was very uncommon because cryokinesis in India, he was the only one who dealt with cryokinesis. Apart from that, no one deals because हम लोग एक ही, like we can't concentrate on one topic. How about breaking an iceberg? No. See, everything happens under the table. Even reincarnation is not legal. Even exorcism is not legal in India. Not in India, also entire world. But exorcism happens now. Everything happens under the table. So just to make it understand, there are so many kindnesses also. This is again a portion which I thought that I should tell in this class about cryokinesis, where people can break ice also. That is what, Ajanta ma'am.
I understand. Thank you. Thanks for a nice explanation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, I believe, Pragati, I'm going to come to your questions. Don't worry, I would definitely come. Now, near that experience. Now, near that experience have two versions. Now, anyone who would love to tell what exactly is near that experience?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, Sinjoy.
So basically, if you see, we call it the clinical death, and during the transition period before the person passes away, the spirit actually tries to give a short form of life, or that which happens using surgery. This lasts a short version of time, and once there's a mission of vision to complete, they then come back and then do fulfill their wishes before they finally passes away.
Unfinished business, yes. Now, again, near that experience have two different version. I'm going to
And
talk
this,
about two different.
ma'am,
Hmm. Tell me.
ma'am. So Maharshi gave the term called dream analysis, and that dream analysis actually basically goes into near death experience, and people try to share what is each meaning of it,
Yes,
and that's a
yes,
therapy.
yes, yes, very true. Now, near that experience have two different version. A very prominent version is when you are seeing or when someone is saying that death is very prominent. His or life is going to get ended. Very prominent, we can see. A crystal clear version of our ending. Okay. Second one is when, for example, I am in the hospital and I'm seeing my soul is getting out of my body. Then again, it's coming back. Definitely, why it comes back, I'm going to talk. But I am in the hospital bed and I'm seeing my soul is getting out. Now, and why it comes back, I'm going to reveal it in the next 2 minutes. Now, there was a psychiatrist, I again forgot. It was a foreign psychiatrist. Don't worry, I'm going to share the YouTube link with the organizers. They would be sharing. Now he was in a hospital, and that was the mind it. It was a government hospital. The psychiatrist, either the psychiatrist or a neuropsychiatrist. I forgot again. I would check it. Now that was a doctor. Think it in the form of a doctor. The doctor was attending all the patients or all the clients in the room. Okay, in the house room and the OPTs. Now the client, sorry, the doctor said, I did not write the story. Don't worry. The doctor said to the nurse that check with this patient, bed number 21. The patient was in bed number 21. I would be coming back after my lunch and I would be taking up all the reports. So be with that patient. Now the doctor was having the lunch and he was either having pasta or some sort of things which are related to pasta. Now, the moment the pasta, he was eating the pasta with the spoon, one pasta had fallen in the coat, in the shirt of the doctor. He wiped it off with the tissue and he went back to his work. Okay. He wore a blazer, like a white or black color. A white color blazer, and upon that, it was the apron which he wore. Now, when he went back, he was having a conversation with the patient 21 family members, with the family members of the patient 21. Okay. Now, the patient family was asking whether the recovery chances are there or not, and so on and so forth. He gave all the answers. Mark, he gave all the answers. Now, the moment the doctor reached that room, like the ward, room number 21, or ward number 21, or bed number 21, whatever you all can call, the patient went out, like went off from the sleep, and it was a very good sleep the patient had. Now, the patient suddenly said the doctor that, Doctor, did you clean the pasta which were there in the coat in a very gentle way? Your like color is not dishearten you? The doctor was quite shocked. And then the doctor said, how do you know? Then the patient said him that, to the doctor especially, that I have seen that you were having a communication with my family member and you said that after so and so hour, again I forgot what number of hour he mentioned, I'm going to die. So do you literally think I'm going to die? The doctor was completely in that shocked phase that अरे इसको कैसे पता चला. She was here, the patient was in the room, and the communication happened with the doctor in the second floor, and the patient was in the fifth or fourth floor, so it's completely impossible for the patient to come down or come up. Then the patient said that for some number of minutes I was completely dead. Death matlab I was dead. I was roaming in whole hospital. I was roaming around the whole hospital. And then after the moment you were about to reach my cabinet, I came back and my soul is over here. I saw each and everything which are being performed in the hospital. I saw, and the patient mentioned all the names of the doctor which are there in the doctor's chart. The patient in fact mentioned that in the OT, three OTs were performed, like three surgeries were going on, so and so forth. Now, this doctor was not at all a believer of paranormal things or paranormal activities. After this, the doctor started believing that this is a thing of near death experience. Now, why near death experience happened? Why experience? Now, the moment he came back, there is a term in parapsychology which is called as unfinished business. Unfinished business, as Sinjoy mentioned, we call it as karma. अभी हमको भुगतना है. Without finishing our own work, we can't go out. And that is the reason. I'm coming. Stop raising your hand, I'm coming. Without finishing the whole tasks in our entire life, we are not going to die. And that exactly happens with most of us. Uh, Okay, I spoke. Okay, clear about near death experience. Don't worry, I'm going to share the link of that doctor and his experience also. Clear with everyone? Okay, yes, Yusuf, tell me.
Ma'am, the phenomenon that you just mentioned, how is it different from astral projection?
See, astral projection is something you can see. It's not pretty very different. There is a fine difference. You can vividly see, but you are not experiencing that. But the experience, but the example which I gave of the doctor, the not the doctor, but both the doctor and the client, it was the patient soul came out. The client's soul came out. And he was roaming. The soul was roaming in the entire hospital, and then he came back again in the body. But in astral collection, you can see what is happening after so and so thing. There is a short difference.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Sinjoy, tell me.
So, ma'am, like there are a lot of cases which come in clinical that they have been going to Babas or spirit also and so on. And some people we call it some a disorder which is you call you do some natak or something like that. There's a disorder in that with
Paranormal,
possession
yeah,
and those type of
paranormal.
disorder. There's Mata Banjare. A client becomes Mata in front of it. The voice changes.
Mata Banjari is a sort of Illuminati.
Mm.
Oh, follow me is not clear. Okay. See, basically, acha, who are not clear about near death experiences still now? Anyone who likes to explain it in the class? Ade, don't worry, even if you are telling wrong, I am there to correct you. It was not that in the year 2016 I did it approximately. Yes or no? Tell me. Would you like? Go ahead.
Yeah. So, like we say that a person constitutes of the body and the soul,
Hmm.
and when we die, it's even I guess proven in a lot of cases that first the body dies, and then after certain minutes your soul dies. In that duration between the mind and in between the body and soul dying, the soul can wander around the world.
Hmm.
Or like through its memories, go and see its loved ones. That's what our beliefs are. That's somewhat near death
Ah,
death experience.
yes. Clear? Follow me. Even if you are not clear, you can WhatsApp me. I am going to explain it. Don't worry. Okay. Now, how
Ma'am,
many of
we have
uh,
question.
tell me.
Sometimes we sleep or something. something, then we wake up like this suddenly, and then we see something weird is again happening. Again, we sleep and wake up again. We
Your
see the
voice is
same place
breaking.
at night. Do you sleep inside?
Your
For
voice
example,
is
yes.
Sinjoy, your voice is
Am
breaking.
I
I can't.
audible now?
You were audible, but in between your voice is choking out. So you can type it down in the chat box. Okay. Now, anyone who have Googled the moment I said about like a Sonora market? Okay. Anyone else? Okay, so I would like you all to Google about, even after the class, also Google about Sonora market in Mexico. But there would be a triggering factor again who are very sensitive. I won't recommend them. But please Google and check it what exactly is the tools. I won't say tools, but how black magics are performed. But again, a short disclaimer as a parapsychologist, we don't practice black magic. Yes, Yusuf, tell me.
Ma'am, what was the place in Mexico that you mentioned?
Sonora market.
How can I spell it?
Mm, just a second. Let me also uh, check it because it was long back. You can write witchcraft market in Mexico. Not an issue. You can write.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Uh, who wrote? It's Sonora something. Yeah, we wake up at same place at night. Can't move against my eyes. We wake up the entire body. Your question, Sinjai, was not clear. Please hold on your question. Let me complete the tools. I'm going to come back. Okay. Before coming up to the tools, any doubt in any of the thing? Like any previous PPT slides you all have doubt? What exactly happens? Oh, shit. Okay. I think my net connection went off. Okay. So any doubt?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Ha ha, tell me.
Ma'am, I was going through the slides and I came across magnetometers and the change in the magnetic field due to
Hmm.
a paranormal presence.
Hmm.
How exactly the magnetic field is getting affected?
See, for that you need to have a very practical classes. Honestly, what exactly happens when we deals with the tools? I also have the tools in my place. When we deal with the tools, we have learned it's parapsychology is not only with theory, it's more of practical exposure. So it's pretty difficult me explaining over the like theory portion because it would get difficult for most of you all to understand. But the moment you all start doing experiment, like the moment you all complete or you all study or if you all see, it would be clear. But magnometer is something which you keep aside, like a ghar pe you are keeping aside, so that you can record the magnetic changes which are happening in the room. I'm going to talk. Yes, Pagati, tell me.
Shraddhanjali, that reincarnation on a part.
Yeah,
Can you
I'll do.
explain that?
Once I'll complete do this two slides, I would come. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you also.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I believe. I was thinking like sleep paralysis he was talking about. But his question was Adhura Adhura Sajal. Okay.
Ma'am, but the sleep paralysis means every day you recommend, but it happens sometimes to me. Like I
Huh.
sleep at night, some in between. Not every day, but then suddenly I wake up at night. Then you will see your body. You won't see your body, but you will still keep moving. Then again, I say becomes dark again. You sleep again, wake up suddenly. That happens. Close again. Open your eyes. Same thing.
Okay.
Why it
Okay.
happens?
Okay. 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 So you are from Rajabaja Science College?
Me?
Yes.
No, I am Naisuba,
Okay.
Varanasi.
Okay. 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 So, what are the tools for exploring? Now, there are psychological tools also, there are instruments also. The very first instrument which the activists also use, and as a parapsychologist, I also use with them is the magnetometer. Now, it's a sort of magnet, like a circle wala sort, like Abhi, I don't have in front of me. So, it's a sort of clock sort of thing which I have. Over there, it's a magnet. Okay, basically a sort of magnet which we keep it aside to take the recording. Basically, the recording happens over there to check the magnetic ratios or to check the magnetic waves in that room. For example, a haunted place. Uh, uh, Actually, these are particularly used in haunted place, not in the setups. Okay, please don't confuse. We generally don't use with the client. We use if you want to visit a haunted place with your whole team. Now, magnetometer, if you are not aware of magnetometer, psychokinesis can also happen with magnetometer. Now, anyone who remember what is psychokinesis?
Psychokinesis is basically when you move objects, when you like manipulate objects via your mind.
Yes. Object by your mind, object is telekinesis, and mind manipulation is psychokinesis. Clear, follow me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, in sort of psychokinesis, you can also use magnetometer. Now, there are green color thing, like in that, there are two strings available, green and red. The moment you are using red, that means there are some sort of negative vibes or negative energies which are present. But if green, the action of mind on man, the action of mind on matter. But if green, that means the house is clear, no certain negative vibes are there. Next is sound recorder. Sound recorder are generally like I have a very old sound recorder which I got it from Gaurav sir. Now it's a sort of radio. But abhi there are sound recorder which are in the shape of mobile to record the sounds. Basically, if anyone who have seen Gaurav sir how he used to intervene a haunted place, no one. Okay, I would request you all. Okay, those who have not seen, to get a better understanding of tools. See, I'll be very honest. Tools we require, I at least I believe in that way that I need to have that sort of practical exposure. Into our class, tools only we require three classes. I'm going to, okay, Namrata. For tools only we require three classes because you have to understand pendulums. I'm going to talk about pendulums also. Chakra boards. There are boards also. I'm not talking about planchet, okay? But yeah, it's a sort of planchet boards, but the cost is high, like 2000, 3000 wala board. Now, if you have completed a parapsychology course from anywhere, definitely charges differ. With a huge amount of charges, you can get that instruments delivered to your own place. So I got it from Gaurav sir itself. Then is sound recorder. As I said, sound recorder to record the sound which we can't hear with our own ears. That's the purpose of sound recorder. उसमें capture हो जाते. Clear about these two tools? Yes, follow me.
Uh, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
I just wanted to ask you something. I missed it.
Hmm.
Are magnetometers do they contain like red lights and green lights for like okay, if danger is ahead you get a red light, sorry, and
Hanji.
if
Hanji. If danger
okay,
is there, it's a sort of red light, a deep red light with a beep pop 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 wala thing.
okay,
And green one, it's no danger, you can move.
okay, thank you so much.
Welcome. Uh, is okay. Next is the psychological intervention. Now, again, as I said, there are certain sort of people who thinks that parapsychology is like pseudoscience. Huh? Pseudoscience. It's not pseudoscience. Why? It's over here in the PPT. The very first technique which we use is Big Five personality test. Anyone who is aware of Big Five personality test? The questionnaire? I believe most of you have. Yes, Sandhya. Okay, that means she have. Okay. Then are the questions, the CRF and the MSc. Question records and the mental status examination. We take a record of each and everything. Now you yourself can't work as a parapsychologist, because I get question that Shraddhanjali, after completing the even the course also, where we can work in different areas but not in private practices. Why? Because we are not ethical to work. Number one is that you can do researches with a whole big team, with that any sort of association with paranormal activists, where paranormal activists are there. Second is, as usual, you can conduct workshops, you can psycho educate, you can clear, like you can talk anything, psycho education. Third and most prominent is you can get a chance to work with American Association of Paranormal Research Institute. And not only American, there are many. Because I'm a member, and hence I said about America. But you can work. Now you can work with Gaurav sir's team also, but yeah, there is some sort of legal thing that you have to go through the police intervention. Then you can be a member and you can work. But apart from that, you can work, but not in private practice. Why? There are many sort of legal issues over there also. Clear? Because people think it's a octal science. I hope after 1 hour you all understand that this is not an octalt. Mostly it's not octalt. Yes, Yusuf.
Ma'am, you mentioned like an institution that is in the America. What was that exactly?
American Association of Paranormal Research Institute. Once you complete a course on like paranormal activity or parapsychology, they would require your number, registration number. Then you can become a member. You have to pay an amount for membership. Then everything would be in your hand. Like you are going to get the registration from them itself, certificates, ID card, books, manuals, and if you require any sort of tools, also two tools they are going to give you as compliment. Yes, Yusuf.
Ma'am, where exactly can we get that certification that you just mentioned?
See, I did it from Delhi, the institute, but I not Delhi, I won't say, but I was under Gaurav sir. I did it with Gaurav Tiwari.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so
Now he
much.
is no more. Gaurav sir is no more, and yes, the course is also banned because other members who are there, they don't feel comfortable in talking about shamanism, Illuminati societies, voodoo, and hence it has been closed. But you can get the training officially from Sajal also. If Sajal says I can conduct the training, you all can get the certification. Again, it would depend on the organizer.
What's the name of the person exactly? Sajal?
My
Full name?
company, the
Okay.
organizer of this. Sajal
Okay.
and Ashish, could you please take care of this also?
Sure, ma'am, we'll do the needful.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you,
Next
ma'am.
is the okay. So next is the protection tool. Now, if anyone of you all are aware of inner child healing cord cutting, I believe you do all know cord cutting. Okay. Any inner child activity or any inner child tools you know? Okay, then it would be easy for you to understand. In cord cutting, also we use in inner child, also we use protection tools for our own self. Okay, and also the same thing happens as a paranormal activities and parapsychologist also. We use protection tool to protect our own safety and security. The very first is the saga. Now, saga is a very big instant tool, a bundle of instant tool. The moment we are supposed to enter any haunted place, or the moment we are encountering any sort of individual who has been hypnotized, who are being exhausted, that the time we do it like this from head to toe. We put a sort of cleansing thing, and after and before both. It's not that the moment we are going only we are doing. After coming back from that place also, we cleanse ourselves. Number one. Next is the protective amulets. Now, protective amulets, the picture which is given, it's a sort of nazar, but we only don't use nazar, as I use crystals also. I have crystals, I have angels. I am also an alternative healer, Reiki practitioner. You all can use any sort of protective amulets. Any sort of protective amulets. It can start from crystals also. Anyone who believes in crystal, in the spirit, not the spirit, the spiritual part, because I take consideration of a holistic approach and spiritual approach also. And hence, we use it. And this all things has been said by God of Sir itself. He also used to do so. So protection, and also in sort of protection, we can use a perfume which only and only God of Sir's institutes makes, but Abhi it's not available. So and hence I did not mention it. Any doubt in yes, evil eye is effective, Namrata. Pehle, I used to have an evil eye when I was working with God of Sir. I used to have evil eye in my like neck as a sort of chin. After that, I had stopped using evil eye. I go with my crystals. Okay.
Ma'am,
Ha. Yes.
are ghosts, demons, and you would say Portuguese or angels same, or there are a lot of differences? Are they actually
Devils are
ghosts of a
sort
dead
of
person?
negative
Because
energies, but angels are sort of positive energies. Angel
they're both
healing
the same
connection with
ghost.
angel.
Means it's
Huh?
the dead person. Is it a
What
dead
is
person? A demon,
what
is
is
it
a
a dead person? Means
demons?
a person who, huh?
Demons are sort of that individual, like any sort of thing you can come up with. Vampire, demons, blood eating. So it's completely, you are talking about black magic. I'm not talking about black magic. I'm talking about the protection tools. People who believe in angels, they can get in connection with their own angels. Those who believe in crystal, they can use crystal. Nazar, any sort of nazar bandi, like a sort of finger ring, sort of necklace, sort of finger paint, anything.
So, ma'am, why do ghosts become demons? Most of ghosts.
See, there are controversies, so I won't enter into any sort of controversial question right now. I'm so sorry. Yes, Pragati.
Does angel exist for real?
Angels are real.
And light
Angel
workers
Michael, if you know about Angel Michael story, you can understand angels are real.
and light workers?
Light workers are also real. I don't know much about light worker honestly, but I have friends who are into light working, and hence it's real because I believe in spiritual connection which are from universe.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Ma'am,
Sinja, I'll come back to your questions once the PPTs are completed. Okay. Next as the metaphysical tools. Now over here I was talking about the pendulums. Now anyone who is aware of pendulum dowsing, you all can understand how pendulum works. Okay, so it's basically a sort of practical thing, as I mentioned earlier before starting this slide, that all the tools need to have a sort of practical classes. Even not a practical classes, demonstration classes are required because I went through practical session, hence I believe practical. But yes, I have conducted five webinars and three courses. I did it in verbal way so that people like the participants understand. So pendulums are those sort of things. Have you ever seen pendulum? It's just, no, 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 no. That the pendulums. I'll show. Just give me a moment. Uh, just give me a moment. I'll show how pendulum works. Now, how pendulum works, matlab it's completely how you are exploring, but I'll show in a picture how what exactly is pendulum. Next is Oju board. As I was talking about, you can directly communicate a sort of planchette. That in planchette, what we can do, you can use chest like chest box, like chess or a Ludo sort of box. But over here, we use Ojua block. It's a big box of black or brown, big box of black or brown color. Over there, numbers are written. Maybe yes, no, slightly different. Other communications are also there, and there is a sort of big circle which is there in the middle of the box. And we don't use any sort of candles. No, it's not planchette, but we can directly communicate with those people who have committed suicide. Again, I won't say that I did it, but I have seen God of Sir doing it, and hence I included it. So I mentioned it, but please don't ask me why did not I do it, because I was not comfortable. Next are crystals. As I said, crystals, it can be in forms of bracelet crystals, it can be in forms of rings, it can be in forms of pendant, anything. Now again, you need to know about chakra healing. If you know chakra, you can use it with crystals. But if you don't know chakra, it would be a little difficult, but it's better to get in touch with a chakra healer or a crystal healer who can communicate with you. I think even tarot card can be used to communicate with other worldly. Yes, tarot and oracle both. Follow me. Tarot card as well as oracle card also we can use. Okay. Any
Well,
doubt in
yes, ma'am.
physical tools? Yes. Tell me.
Ma'am, when the protective tools were mentioned, it was always objectified to some sense of an external factor. I have a doubt regarding this.
Hmm.
Like, if we consider mantras or suras, then is it practically applicable as a protective tool?
See, it's onto your perspective how you are gelling and what sort of things you believe in. Now, for example, when I completed my course under him, people said me, like most of them said me, crystals won't do any benefit. But believe me, I visited 7 to 8 haunted place with God of Sir in a month. Nothing happened. Even though my mom and dad said me that your horoscope or your zodiac sign is too weak, you are supposed to get fainted, it did not happen. So it's onto the individual who is a para activist or who is a parapsychologist, and if you want to visit, what sort of belief you are taking on yourself, what sort of belief you are holding for your own self. That is it. You can use any sort of mantra, Hanuman Chalisa, any sort of goddess or god in which you are a believer of. Anything.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes.
can I,
Uh,
it's just
yes,
off
Paul.
topic. I don't mean to deviate too much. But when you mentioned astrology, I just wanted to say one thing ki I'm no expert in it, I'm just a beginner in it. But if there are certain placements in your natal chart, that does not directly mean that you might get possessed. It also depends on the transits of the planets. Ki
Hmm.
when they are transiting. So if you're under that transit, so things might happen to you if the transits are going good or if there are, certain beneficial factors in your chart, so you won't have that effect so much. Or even if you feel that it's affecting you, it's just a very minor thing. Nothing major happens to you.
Okay,
Like
but
I
I
know
don't
it's
have.
off topic.
I
I just
understand, but
mentioned.
honestly, there was a portion of astrology and psychic ability when I did the course. I won't deny the fact, but again, I did not understand that portion very clearly on an honest answer I'm giving, and hence I don't gel up with astrology. But yeah, it's not that I am denying what Paulomi said. It can be. It can be. Okay. Next are the electronic equipments. Now, electronic equipments, the very first thing is, yes, Pragati wanted to say something.
No, sorry, it happened by mistake.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, the very first electronic equipment or the instrument is EMF. Now, what exactly happens in EMF or the picture which is given? You have to have two EMF in both the hands, left and right hand, and you have to move the instrument in this way. It's not like that. When I read it, people said only one EMF say ho jayega, but no. Generally, two EMF are required so that you can capture any sort of sound, not sound I won't say, but any sort of negative vibes are there. I would tell a case. It was with Gaurav sir. I remember again in 2015. Yes. That in that entire family, 21, 20, 20 or 21 family members were there, and it was a three-storied long house. All 20 or 21 individual committed suicide. And now, please don't confuse with mass hysteria. Again, it's a different concept in parapsychology. Now, when we went, and that house was being taken off by again a very renowned posh, I'm not going to tell in which area, but still they are living, and that house was being bought from some broker with a amount of 1 cr, 1 crore. Now, after 1 month, the moment the new people started leaving, they started feeling some sort of negative vibes. Jab bhi they used to open the window, or in the left side of the bedroom, yeah, left side of the bedroom, the window used to get closed. Again, singly, when the housewife, like not the housewife, the lady was there, whenever she was there into the room, she used to feel that some sort of crying things are there. So then they got in touch with Gaurav sir, and hence I was also there. That time I was doing the internship after my course. So what we have seen, no, the broker did not tell. Please remember, the broker did not tell that 21 people committed suicide or 20 people, either 20 or 21. But the broker said that only 3 people committed suicide. Now the moment we were there, I did not had any sort of instrument with me. It was only the protection saga and the angel and the crystals I had, and nothing else. Now we can see with the voice recorder and with the EMF we saw, and 16S. 16S is a very small instrument. We saw that all the members, they were crying that they did not want to die, but they had hung themselves. Again, it's not a Burari murder case, okay? They have hung themselves in the bedroom, in different storage bedroom, but it was out of playing. They were playing a sort of game, and suddenly their legs slipped off and they were hung to death. Like they committed, people perceived as suicide, but it was out of play. They wanted to remain alive, and out of them, 3 ladies were pregnant with 5 months. Again, a sort of disclaimer, 5 month, and the one with the Bari Bhabi, she was the last month pregnancy was there. Only 5 days was left for her delivery. They were crying. Then some sort of what exactly happened, I don't know, because that was the first case I dealt with in this area with murder. Sorry, with suicide. Apart from that, I did with hospitals and haunted places. So you need to be very aware of what you are doing. Is this no, that place is not still under research. That has been brought by government right now. Government is being there, but yeah, family members are there. Family members are there, and celebrity. Not only family members, normal people, not like us, but it's a sort of famous, like celebrity palace. Okay. Next is digital voice recorder. As I said, how did we? हाँ जी बिल्कुल, बहुत सारी थ्योरी आएगी बिल्कुल. Next is the digital voice recorder. Now, if you want to hear what exactly is happening in Kolkata, there are many places. When I got this my voice recorder, I visited and I did it not alone, definitely with my team of 15 members, and we did it. In digital voice recorder, what exactly happens, you can record, you can see the, like not see, you can hear the voice, but not in that place. You have to come back, you have to open the chip, you have to put inside the laptop or desktop, whatever it is, then you can hear again. As I said, all these require a number of interventions so that you can understand. So this sounds, but this sort of equipments are generally they're available in YouTube. If you want to check out what exactly how it works or what exactly is the purpose of this is to record everything, to keep in mind that what exactly is the purpose of what. Next is thermal imaginary capture camera. Over here, you can spot, like in a sort of, see, in my house, you all can see no one is there. Okay. But if any sort of spirit or if any sort of ghost, again, or any soul, it can be good soul, it can be bad soul, it can be unfinished soul also, the one who commits suicide. If they are present over here, now you can figure it out by camera. You have to click a picture. Now, how you can know over here someone is present with the use of EMF and with the recorder, like voice recorder. But generally, voice recorder बाद में आता है. पहले you can figure it out with EMF. You can see a beep. The moment you hear a beep, oh, it's a red color beep. That means danger. So we generally have a camera. The moment we take the camera out, we can click a picture. We can take the picture out instant, and then we can figure it out. Something is there. Again, I don't know whoever are like believer of ghost, but it's there. It's nothing pseudo again. Clear with electronic equipments, and there are many. It's not that only three, but majorly we use three. There is 16As. In 16As, what is happening? Mm, I don't have that 16As, but I have the aximite with me. It's a sort of powder. In this powder, if you are thinking that yeah, you have been captured by someone, hota hai when we are visiting, at least it happened with me a lot. Whenever we visit a haunted place or any sort of place like this, you feel someone is holding on your legs or someone is holding from the back. So generally हम लोग छिड़क देते हैं. That is the powder. This is the powder. Apart from that, these are the three majorly used equipments. Clear?
Ma'am,
Dr.
I have a doubt.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, is there on all these tools that have been mentioned, is there any researches that have been conducted, and where can I look for to get such researches
See,
to read about it?
you can read everything in Reddit, number one. You can get the views of others also from Scoop.
Thank you, ma'am. Like Reddit and Scoop, right?
Scoop, yes. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ah, okay, welcome. Now ESV. Now what is ESV? Anyone? Anyone? What exactly is ESV? Yes. Ha 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 ha. Sajal, you can. Google scholars do have, but only if you have access to that, you can. Yes, a form of sixth sense. A vast area with sixth sense. Now the very first thing which come up while you want to learn about ESP is telepathy. Now what exactly is telepathy? Anyone? How many of y'all think that yeah, telepathy? Okay, firstly, what exactly is telepathy? Anyone?
Mom, when we are about able to convey our, like when we're able to communicate with someone without actually speaking.
Yes. Yes. Now, please don't misunderstand me. But in my last course, I got a question that Shraddhanjali, I communicate with my boyfriend only with my eyes. I don't utter any sort of words. So, is that telepathy? No, it is not telepathy. So, telepathy is a power. It's a sort of power which individual receives. Now, again, why I said receive, most of us don't have this sort of ability. Okay, it's a sort of ability now which we receive after birth or before birth also, whatever you all can call. Like we don't talk, हम लोग मन से we can communicate by any sort of languages. For example, the picture which I have given over here, both are in the posture of closing their eyes, and but both are communicating. Transmission is happening within the brain structures. That is what telepathy is, as Orna mentioned. Clear what is telepathy? I'm not getting whether you all are understanding or not. Okay, okay. Next is precognition. Now, precognition means when you can predict the future. Future for most of us, it's like we can't predict, but there are individuals who can predict each and every day. Like on Monday, they are claiming or they can predict that what would happen, what would be happening on Wednesday with them, as well as within their own charm circle. Now, why I say charm circle? Now, in if you are a queer affirmative, you can use this word. If you are a king also, and if you are a parapsychologist also, you can use this word. What exactly is charm circle? Your favorite person in your circle. Proximity. Have you all read about proximity, the distance? In psychology, third year, like third sem. Yes. So that is what psychology says. But in all this subject like in kink, in queer, in parapsychology, we use charm circle. So within the range of charm circle, people can predict what exactly is going to happen with them. That is called precognition, thought. CBT, CBC से आया है cognition, cognitive. ठीक है? Next is clairvoyance. Now clairvoyance means that no informations are being able like available anywhere, but people can perceive, like not everyone definitely, but some of the individual can perceive that sort of information which are not available anywhere. कहीं पे भी लिखा नहीं होगा, but still that individual can give a proof. That is what clairvoyance is. Clear about the three terms? अरे कुछ तो बोलो, you all are on sleep or what? I understand it's 9, but still you all can come up.
Yes, ma'am. Like it's clear. Thank you so much. We are not sleeping.
Okay. This can happen through dreams as well. Yes, it can happen. Yes, Namrata, it can happen. Okay. Now again, now I'm not going to name. Someone have just messaged me in WhatsApp that Shraddhanjali, can we call ourselves as a like parapsychologist? Please mark my words. Those who have joined late also, after completing all these things, also we can't call. Number one, there are few reasons. I am explaining why. We need at least 15 hours of intervention. Now, intervention means along with practical and theory and case studies. Okay? Number two, we have to know about all the terms, starting from Illuminati, starting from shamanism, starting from main practice of voodoo, starting from crystals, starting from angels, starting from chakra, each and everything. So we can't call. So please be sure that this is just the basic which I have explained or which I have gone through, and hence I and my company said that yeah, chalo, we can talk. But again, not to forget, it's a pseudoscience, definitely, but it depends on your perception, how you are perceiving. For some people, people can say only CBT works. But I can prove, apart from CBT, also REBT, SFBT, psychodynamic, in fact, angel Reiki can also work. It's just a belief or how you are engaging with your audience or with your clients. It's nothing that. Even people can say only psychiatrist medicines can work. Therapy बोल के कुछ नहीं होता. People are into that belief. So we can't change the mindset of every individual. I'm so sorry. We can't definitely. But we can psychoeducate them. And there are few researchers which are there. You can, as I mentioned, Scoop is there, Reddit is there, Sajal, like Mind Company, Abhi gave, Google Scholar is also there. You can get in touch. Like you can read articles over there. Clear? Now, how many of you all are tired? Now, I'll stop the screen sharing. Okay. Pragrati, abhi bolo what doubt you had. Now, I would be taking out the doubts. Reincarnation, that means synchronicity, right, Pragrati? Pragati, you had doubt in synchronicity, right? Come up on camera, Abhi, so that I can explain it to you. Okay. So, what is synchronicity? पहले बोलो, what did you understand by synchronicity?
Synchronicity are the repeated events or experiences that happen
Yes.
with us in a
Yes.
different pattern.
Okay. Synchronicity cleared? Then? Okay. Next is Carl Jung and synchronicity. I gave the example. Clear about the beetle, golden beetle, which came in the therapy room? Clear? কোথায়? हाँ. Next is the reality. You were talking about the reincarnation portion, right? Now, synchronicity have two different aspects. If you take about the aspect of American version, it's the reincarnation, okay, past life. And if you take about the Indian scenario, God of Sir one, it's the genetic connection. Both. Okay, for me, I take in connection with the American ones and also with God of Sir. Now, what exactly is collective unconsciousness? Over here, the term collective unconsciousness comes. What exactly is collective unconsciousness? It's in a very layman term, if we have to call, it's the memory card of our brain, like the SIM. Without SIM, our phone won't be functional, right? That is what collective unconscious means. Okay? Now, for some of us, deja vu occurs, right? That we did not visit. For example, you did not come to Kolkata or in my place. But the moment you are coming for even for the first time, you feel or you say, "Hey, Shraddhanjali, I came to your place." होता है, we say that. That is what reincarnation means. That is collection from all the brains, like all the births to our brain. It's not that we are individual for this age or for this era. It can be you were past, like past me you were a tree, before tree you were an individual, so before that you came to my place. I was not there, someone else was there in my place, and hence deja vu occurred with you or with anyone, not only with Pragati, with anyone. So deja vu occurs in that way. So it is reincarnation. Now, reincarnation in a very layman term is past life. PLR, past life therapy. Those who know PLR would know past life regression therapy. ठीक है? Next is the genetic collection. Genetic collection means the collection of genes. For example, your mother carried you. A part of you were being carried to your mother, but also a part of you were being carried to your grandmother also, to your great grandmother also. For example, हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, you look quite like your sister. Abhi sister is not alive. For example, Abhi my sister is not alive. But still someone can say me, Shraddhanjali, you are looking like your sister. If you are turning like this, you are looking like your sister. If you are turning like this, you are looking like your uncle, auntie, anyone. So that is what the collection of the genes. For example, the moment you are also getting married, I'm giving an example, please no personal thing, but okay, leave it. Not anyone's, I'm telling mine. The moment I'm getting married, after 2 years or after 1 year, if I try to conceive, okay, I have conceived, chalo le lete, I have conceived, okay. After giving birth, my baby would come out in form of a individual or as a human being. After 20 years, someone can call my baby that you are looking like Shraddhanjali's great grandmother. That means not even my grandmother, great grandmother. Why so? Because a part of them I am carrying also, or they have carried a part of me and I have carried a part of my daughter or son, whoever it is. That is what reincarnation and genetic collection means. Clear? I see it happens because it's the very first time you all are understanding like parapsychological concept. It can be as tricky or it can be difficult, but the moment you are going through the PPT or going through any sort of YouTube video more than studies, you can understand that. It happened with me also. I won't go around the bushes. It happened with me every single day. I used to get scolding from Gaurav Tiwari, and after that, right now I'm okay. So it happens. Okay.
Um, Shraddhanjali, what's the
Hmm.
difference between subconscious mind and collective unconscious?
See, in subconscious mind, क्या होता है? You are carrying, but you don't know that. But in collective unconsciously, you are not knowing, but others are knowing. For example, as I said, I am telling you, I have not seen your mother, but I can tell that you are looking like your great grandmother or your nanny. I have not seen. Collective unconscious means I have never seen, but still I'm telling. Or I have seen a picture. But in subconscious mind or unconscious thing is that you are also not aware, neither I am aware. No one is aware. In para, slightly terms differs from psychology. Clear? Okay. Okay. Now I am open to question and or if you all want to do an activity like for eyes. Huh, definitely. I'll be showing the pendulum. Orna, yes, Orna, tell me.
Ma'am, I
Hmm.
wanted to ask, so
Hmm.
like with the upcoming modern brain imaging techniques like neuroimaging or something,
Hmm.
can we confirm that the person is actually having a paranormal experience rather than just like it can it be
Uh,
confirmed?
yes, it can be confirmed. But
Okay.
honestly, in India, if you talk about, I don't know, after 10 years also we can get, but Abhi, we are not getting the permission.
Okay.
Pendulum dowsing.
And ma'am, also like you talked about ESP, right,
Hmm.
where we perceive things that are not around. Uh,
Hmm.
so how do you like? How can somebody differentiate between ESP and schizophrenic symptoms?
See, ESP and schizophrenic symptoms, what I talked about. Okay, can I come to your question, or like after showing, so that,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah. कोणतं दाखवाई? हा, this one. Let me know, is it visible? This is what pendulum is. You can get, see, pendulums are of many types. Chakrawala pendulum also. I have all the no, this is not the Chakrawala, but this is the Ouija board. Like pendulum wala board, this is also the Ouija board. The back one which I said, either black or brown. Clear? And one more thing is that Gaurav, if you all get an अरे यार, if you all get a chance, definitely I'll be. I won't send the Bengali link. I would send the English link only. I would ask you to check his interventions, like not interventions, but his um, how he used to perform a case with paranormal things. I'm not getting that interview. It's not the interview. Bhangar wala you can see, but definitely in Bhangar you can't get everything because Bhangar mein there are so many videos. I would exactly share the fact, like share the people, not PPT, the YouTube link which God of Sir have still now. Yes, now I'm open to all the questions. I'll remove this. Who was asking? Orna, you were asking a question, right?
Yes, ma'am. That how can we differentiate between schizophrenic symptoms and ESP?
See, what exactly is schizophrenia? Tell me first. See, as I said, in parapsychology, we don't exactly differentiate. Okay, as I was talking about, we talk about the paranoid also, like schizophrenia. We talk about the psychic ability in paranormal activity or in schizophrenia, cluster A. What exactly it happens? Schizoid, typical like schizoid personality disorder. They come up with a story, na, that ma'am, today it had happened with me, someone was touching me though no one was there, but I could not figure it out, or I was being possessed by someone. But there is no certain difference. Honestly, I won't tell you our stuff which is not there. There is no certain differences. In schizophrenia, people talk about telepathy. Ah, today I communicated with God, and God gave me these tasks, and hence I am doing it. So telepathy wala thing. Precognition, ma'am, do you know if I get married to this lady or this man, I'm going to get a divorce. It did not happen. Only the prediction is there. Precognition, clairvoyance. I don't know, but the moment I touch this cup, I feel some sort of negative vibes are there. So there is no difference. The only thing is that if you are seeing clients or if you are working with any sort of society related to paranormal activity, you can't get schizotypal clients or schizophrenic clients. You can encounter clients like us, like a normal clients, but they have encountered or they have their own story. Like if you read up stories from Reddit, I read so many stories from Reddit. So they were typically okay, they did not had any sort of psychiatric illnesses, but they have encountered or they have gone through the phase of telepathy. People I know, one of I won't say my aunt, but a sort of dur ke rishtedar, she have a ability to communicate with people living outside, a sort of telepathy. Clear, Anna?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Yusuf, tell me.
Ma'am, I have two questions. One is like based on the experiences that you have, like what would you suggest, or like what is the one place in India that has the most probability of paranormal experiences? And
Rajasthan.
okay,
Is it
okay,
Rajasthan or Gujarat?
huh,
You can encounter, like you can
okay,
understand.
okay,
And in
ma'am.
fact, in Kolkata also.
Okay, ma'am. Second question is, I was, the previous question that piqued my interest, and I thought about the case of Annalise Michel. What's your view on the matter?
See, it can depends on the perception I am getting. In one single or 5 minutes, I can't give you my opinion, what I am feeling, honestly. ऐसा नहीं होता है. We don't give our opinion for based on one single. When I gel up with paranormal things, I take the whole history in consideration. I have a separate, like customized, which I got it from Gaurav sir again. Luckily, I have a very separate questionnaire for, like, not questionnaire, MSc and CRF for client coming with this issue. Like not only your one which you talked about, other paranormal things also. So I take the case history first. Now there is nothing big stuff which our colleges used to have, or in a general therapy session which I use. But as a paranormal activist or as a paranormal parapsychologist also, we have separate CRF and MSc. So based on one single perception what you have given me in the last 5 minutes or 5 seconds also, I won't comment on anything because it won't make justified. So if you want, you can definitely get in touch with me. You can ask Mind Company to share my number. They would definitely, and I would be taking your cases, and then we can discuss ahead. But abhi, if I give a justification what I feel, it would be completely unjustified on my like on my qualification and experience also.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Because from a very long time, I am only seeing um, pictures, no pictures, and only I'm seeing the initials of you all. So, any doubt? Can I have everyone on camera? Did I bore you all? Did you all get scared?
No, ma'am.
Did I scare you all for this? What is the date? Today, Friday. Okay. Friday
No,
night, did you all are you all scared?
no.
Not at all, ma'am. I'm like very intrigued and how can I say more curious, I guess.
Oh, okay. Okay. Any other questions or any other things to share? Okay.
Uh,
Yes, Paulam, tell me.
uh,
Or Pragati. Who was telling me something? Pragati. Okay, tell me.
so that's it that now you see me. Is that the psychokinesis which has been shown in that movie, or is it something else?
I did not get your question. Now I see you.
No, now you see me. That
Hmm.
movie,
I did
or in
not
which
see,
the
honestly.
you haven't seen it. Okay, okay,
Ma'am,
fine.
I have a question. There was a recent Indian film. The name of the film is called Shaitan. Have you seen the film? It's
I'm not a
Madhav.
big film
Yeah,
watcher,
yeah,
but
Madhav.
definitely I'll check it out.
Hmm.
Is it available in Netflix or Hotstar?
I think it's in Netflix. The star cast, it's Ajay Devgan and
Okay.
Madhavan.
Oh,
I think those who want to learn about or get to have an idea about psychokinesis, they can refer that film. It's really really like the plot is very much revolving around it. It's really fun.
okay, okay, okay. I'll definitely.
Actually,
Ah,
Sradhanjali is not about psychokinesis. It's more about the black magic or hypnosis, you could say, maybe. Black magic.
Yes.
see, those who
I
are aware of hypnotherapy, I'm so sorry, cutting you a both. Like, please don't have a notion that I know hypnotherapy and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I can hypnotize or I can perform black magic. Again, I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist from California Hypnotherapy Institute, and I have my registration also. But I do not practice because to know about black magic in clinical hypnotherapy, you have to know mesmerizing. Without knowing mesmerizing, you can't practice. And again, if you know mesmerizing also, you can't practice or you can't apply because it's unethical.
Ma'am, what is mesmerizing?
It's a deeper form of hypnotizing. Very deeper form, an intense form. Like I won't name that therapist because she is quite popular in India. She once started, like she learned mesmerizing from this Mexico wala witchcraft market. She came up to India. She was basically from Delhi. She came up to India. She practiced with three clients, and after that, she's still now behind the bar. So it's a deeper form, and with mesmerizing, you can hypnotize a client within 3 seconds, not minute also, seconds.
Ma'am, I have a doubt regarding hypnosis. I heard that hypnosis can only be brought forward by the complete cooperation of the clientele. So is that true?
Yes, you have to take the consent before hypnotizing a client.
Yes, ma'am. How can I say? In the films and all, it's like an
See,
entirely
please don't
different
go
picture.
with the
It's
films because in
yeah.
films also, if you talk about pornography, again a disclaimer, if you talk about pornography, you can see people are performing sexual intercourse for 10 long hours or for 20 long minutes, but it's not possible. I have worked with porn star in Kolkata. Again, I'm not going to name her. She said me she is a renowned porn star for YouTube also, and she have more than 10 million followers. She said me, Shraddhanjali, whenever we do any sort of black film or porno things, porn shoot, we take steroid. But that are the cutting, like in short or what app she said me, she have that duration to cut off. But I have clients who say to me that Shraddhanjali, I need to perform intimacy with my husband for 20 long minutes without having erectile issues. I said, what the hell? Please don't go with whatever hypnotherapy you are seeing in CID or in films. That is completely bullshit because they don't have psychologists or hypnotherapists in their team who can assist them with what is wrong or what is right.
Ma'am, if I want to be more apt in hypnotherapy,
Hmm.
what are the sources that I can refer and certifications in that sense?
You can't see for hypnotherapy it's better if you know want to learn about hypnotherapy and want to practice. You have to be more ethical because abhi ethical issues are there. You have to follow all the rules and regulation. So you can refer to chi California Hypnotherapy Institute. They offer a certification courses. You can also get in touch with Mind Company. I believe they would be coming up with a workshop and a course also. You can get it from them also, but I am particularly not very comfortable with hypnotherapy. Though I have my registration, I have my license to practice, but still I am not comfortable because I'm not comfortable in three different modalities. Number one is hypnotherapy, number two is past life regression, and number three is EMDR, and hence I do not practice, but I have my certification. But still I don't. But if you want to learn it for your own sake, you can definitely indulge. That is the thing. But to practice it, you need a authenticity. That is the thing.
Ma'am, the institution you mentioned in California, can you say it once again, please?
CHI, California Hypnotherapy Institute.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Okay. Any other questions? No
As
questions?
a
Did I
clinical
bore?
psychologist, as a clinical psychologist, can we also do some paranormal therapies?
No. Namrata, I'll share. I'll share. I'll share with Sajal and they would be sharing with you all. Don't worry.
So we can't do something to do with paranormal therapy, like even if you are therapist, a
Paranormal is
friend
not
of
a
a friend.
therapy. Again, paranormal don't have any therapy.
Mm.
Did I talk
So,
about any therapy?
so we
So,
can
what?
relate the paranormal in the causes, ethology
Huh?
of. We can
So,
relate the paranormal stuffs in mental illness, right? like
Your
psychosis
mental
is
illness, paranormal stuff, then what you said.
like, for example, if psychosis is due to it was actually ghost is causing the psychosis, or
Hmm.
demons were causing psychosis, or something to dissociation.
See, I would be very honest. I don't take up cases which are related to paranormal, like schizophrenia or cluster A personality, and I don't link it with paranormal things. I work as a researcher. I try to figure it out because there is much more beyond what we know. Even if what I know, there are much more things.
So how will I
Investigation.
get to know? How will
Hmm?
I get to know is just a mental illness or it is a spiritual perspective or it is attacked by a
That you
ghost?
can
Because
know,
there's
definitely,
a
but you can't
confusion.
practice. Sinja, that you can know, but you can't practice because you don't know about shamanism. You don't know about Illuminati society. You don't know about Aghori Babas. Because in this class, it would be difficult because, again, for all to understand Illuminati or Illuminati society, it's a too long classes for 2 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours. And I generally give 6 hours because Illuminati is pretty different. So different. But in paranormal, please don't think that we go with any stuffs like CBT, REBT, SFBT. No, no. Yes, Prakati, tell me, you wanted to say something.
Shraddhanjali,
Hmm.
paranormal is not
You,
included in clinical psychology. Okay. So
uh,
what exactly
your voice got broken. You are included in clinical,
psychology?
I can hear. Abhi, tell me.
I'm telling that what exactly is the application of parapsychology apart from the occult part.
Okay, what exactly is the application of parapsychology you
We
wanted to
talk
know?
about the white magic part. Then
Okay, if I'm not wrong, Pragati, your question was what exactly is the scope of parapsychology, right? Apart from occult practice. Right? Am I right with your question? Okay. So, a very good question you came up with. See, you can conduct researches. You can go on researching whether souls are there, whether exactly life after death is there or not. Because pehle I was not a believer of whether life after death was also there. But the moment I entered, I started researching, and it is not thousand and thousand of researches which I did, but 51 researches till now I have did. So I started believing up to this. No, Sandhya. Illuminati is also included in parapsychology, and I did not spoke about that because it is a different concept in parapsychology. For it is inside the course. Okay.
yes,
Now,
Shraddhanjali,
huh.
can you please repeat? Your voice totally got melted away. I could make out what.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah. So, as a parapsychologist, what you can do is you can get in touch with the association which are there, like the society. You can go on exploring more and more, like whether exorcism is real or not. We can do exorcism or not. Definitely we can't, we as a therapist can't. But whether exorcism is real or not, number one, the case of which was a very popular case, I forgot. I'm going to let you all know. Then whether mass hysteria is real or not. Anyone who is aware of the black monkey case in Delhi of 2001? Yeah, black monkey was in 2001. Or the Burari murder case, the very famous Burari murder case. One, that is also a sort of paranormal activity. See, the moment you explore anything, if you know about agoris, if you know about shamanism, if you try to explore them also, I met so many monks, I had a word with them also. So, apart from occult, see, we as a therapist, we don't engage into occult, definitely. But we can definitely psycho-educate. Like people say, मेरे पीछे भूत है. I have seen so many people telling me, Shraddhanjali, मेरे पीछे भूत है. Or I can feel someone is there with me. That can be a case of exorcism. I'm not denying the fact. Again, it can be a cause of schizophrenia also. Like people are more into, like, honestly, people abhi, if I talk about right now, this Gen Z wala generation, people, they are more into black magic. Okay, Namrata, you wanted a personal experience. Very short, I'm going to give an experience. She was my friend. She was a gynecologist based out of India, Kolkata, my area itself, and she was a top-notch gynecologist at 28. Okay, Now she was in a relationship when we were in class 5. Okay. Now again, a short disclaimer, I am not giving my own opinion, I'm just telling the fact that I have seen. Okay. Now she was also into black magic. Uske mummy, not her mom and dad. And she had a very big family of 10 people. Even I also reside in like extended, not extended joint family, but she had more extended and joint in a combination. Now from class 5, she was in like in a relationship with a boy. And uh, MB, I forgot the degree which after MBBS she pursued the FRPP, something of that. Huh?
MRC, MRCUG.
MRCP of gynecologist, something of that. And she went to Guwahati. ठीक है, and she was into Marwari hospital. That the time the internship was going on, and due to long distance, she was not being able to give time to the relationship, so on and so forth. Both of them parted. Now imagine from class 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then whole MBBS, then last year of FRCP or MRCP, whatever, that was she was a senior resident. Only 6 months was left to get the degree. She went into depression, as well as she had certain sort of trauma. Now, when she came back to Kolkata, the very first thing, she called me up, and I was there. And also Gaurav sir's, like Gaurav Tiwari sir's wife was also there with me. We were having a conversation regarding something else. I don't remember what exactly happened. So when I got her call, I said, Auntie, that Didi Chalo. She was my Didi. I used to call her Didi. I said, Didi Chalo, let's go. And she was in Kolkata. Gaurav sir and his team was in Kolkata. So she said, she called me in a graveyard, and I was like, what the hell? Why she's calling me in a graveyard? And that was in the evening, 7 p.m. winter. Okay. I don't, still now I don't believe in ghosts, but yes, I do believe in soul and spirits. I went, and I was having a very long hair. I went into like not inside the graveyard, but Baju Wale mein there was a small, I won't say a cafe, but a sort of hut. So both of us went, and we three were having a chit chat. Then suddenly she opened her hair. Now she was having a bun, okay, like this. The bun was there. She was having a long bun. Now suddenly I don't know what happened. At Within the fraction of seconds, she opened the bun like this, and she was sitting. I thought that okay, she was not comfortable with the bun. Both of us, I and Gaurav sir's wife, was there. Now suddenly she started saying in Bengali. I'm not uttering what she said, but she said some sort of languages, and her vocal tone went in that pitch, which generally she don't. Like, I know her from so many years. And I was so pissed off. I said, what the hell you are doing? Then Gaurav, like Aunt Didi, understood something happened, but not exorcism. Okay, not exorcism and nothing. We tried to calm her down, but she was not. She was telling, and I would definitely mention, if you have seen Bhul Bhulaiya, where Vidya Balan push the bed, and she said, "Amake jete dibi na," that sort of vocal tone she came up with. And I was like, I was not scared, but I was pissed off. After 10 or 20 minutes, everything was normal. We came back. It was 10 when we were coming back, like 10 in the night. And that time I was all alone. My mom and dad went abroad for their own vacation and everything. I came back to my house. I was watching TV and so on and so forth. The very next day, I got a call from her mother that Shraddhanjali, come to my house immediately. I went. I said, what happened? And that time I was very free to grow anywhere. So auntie said me, Shraddhanjali, she is on her menstruation. That is the second date, the day when I visited her house. She was on the menstruation. She has locked herself inside the room. I said, what the hell? Again, I uttered, what the hell? And auntie said, don't worry, I have camera. And I did not knew that her room was having a camera because of other stuffs. I don't know till now what she did it in the room, and why auntie had to put a camera in the bedroom of her. Auntie said, come up and see the laptop, what exactly is going on. So auntie said me that, Shraddhanjali, calm down. Please don't get anxious and everything. I said, no, 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 it's completely. So she was having the picture of her boyfriend. ठीक है, like the hard copy wala picture, framed picture, the thing which is there in my background. She took out the picture from that. As she was on menstruation, she had her boyfriend's everything, like a ball. She had her name, she had the DNA, and she had, I don't know what was that, but a like small cloth. What cloth was that? I don't know honestly. And she was sitting as an Aghori Baba would sit. Now, Aghori Baba means the one who practices or shamanism and everything. She was just sitting like this, like both the legs are parted away in this format. Okay, and then I saw she was chanting something. She was closing the eye, and the picture was like this. For example, this is not a picture, but a sort thing. The picture was like this. She was sitting over here and she was uttering something. So it was not clear in the camera what she was uttering, but I can see the movement of the lips. Matlab movement of the lips. Then suddenly she took out the blood from the vagina, and it was the clot, and she had issue with menstruation because she did not have PCOD or PCOS, but she had issues with menstruation, that instead of blood she used to have clots. Okay, now she, after uttering that, she took out the cloth and she placed the picture like this in her hand, and she was dripping, and she used to had nail extension. Okay. Now why she used to, she is like now no more with us. Now she was doing like this, and the blood like cloth was going. Okay. And she was saying something, and it continued for 20 minutes. Then the moment she came out, she was quite normal. And auntie said me, Shraddhanjali, don't make her realize that we have seen, otherwise she would create a drama or scene. Okay, ठीक है. The very next day she did the same. The very next day till she was on her menstruation cycle. It was not clear, and it happened for every like 3 4 months, more than 2 or 3 months. Then when I had a word with God of Sir regarding this case, God of Sir said that it's a case of black magic because she wanted to do voodoo on her, like on him. But voodoo in not the format what we know. Voodoo can be in any format. Voodoo generally means where we try to harm the opponent person who have caused harm to us. Basically, a sort of revengeful behavior. And hence, she used to do. Mark my word, we get everything what we sow. Our karma is there. After 7 months, she died off. Definitely, it's not a suicide. She died off naturally. I don't know what was the cause of death. No heart attack, nothing. She was sleeping and then she died off, number one. And also, her boyfriend died before her because of black magics. Because she used to perform on him, not physically, by this sort of voodoo technique. And also in the room, I found after that, I, Gaurav sir, along with her, like sir's team, went in the room without the knowledge of her mother, auntie. We saw so many mitti ka putla, small size, this size, this size, this size, this size, all the sizes. And all the putlas were having sindoor and a sort of black, what exactly I don't know, black sort of liquids were there. To get her back, like to get him back in her life. It's not the very first case. I gave a real life example what I saw. I saw so many cases like this. People are preaching voodoo on others. Like I don't know what in Bengali we call bhoot chalan, like sort of thing. So there are, I know personally, I know one of a lady, she claims herself as an astrologer, but she is not an astrologer. She sits in the graveyard, in the like grave of the dead body, or in the dead body also, in Kolkata, and she practices some sort of black magic. But honestly, they don't have a very good lifespan. You can't. Yes, Pragati.
Um, Shraddhanjali, this the incident that you told of that happened at cafe.
Hmm.
What actually happened at that time?
कैफे, इट्स नॉट अ कैफे. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि इट्स अ स्मॉल टी स्टॉल, मड मिट्टी वाला मड वाला टी स्टॉल. इट वाज इन अ विलेज. इट, आई वोंट कॉल इट एज अ विलेज, बट दैट इन कोलकाता दैट साइड इज कंप्लीटली विलेज. ठीक है. सो वी वेंट देयर. शी वाज trying to gel up like, oh, basically what happens when someone wants to practice black magic. Again, I did not see honestly, but I heard it from all of the paranormal activists in Kolkata that those who want to practice or those who want to do voodoo on other, for example, I want to do voodoo on anyone. Firstly, I need to get into that stage. That is the pre-occurrence stage, like putting the hairs down, talking in some languages which is not known to us. That is what she was getting into, like the
But
case of Vidya Balan.
why was she doing with you?
No idea. No, no idea. I won't say. She had a notion that her boyfriend was in a relationship with me, but I was not in a relationship with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend had a likingness on me. I did not have because I used to tie Rakhi on him. After that, after I came to know it from all my friend circle that yeah, she used to believe after the moment she went to Guwahati, I stopped having a word with her boyfriend. She believed that both of us have an affair, and that's the reason she wanted to exactly honestly she wanted to do on me. But as Didi was there with me, like Gaurav sir's wife was there with me, Didi said me that to take the protection. And honestly, whenever I go anywhere, it's not that only for her case. Whenever I go anywhere, if I want to meet anyone, either my friend or anyone, I take a protection. It's not Reiki wala protection, honestly. It's a protection of evil eye. And I have my angel. So that did not happen to me, luckily. So she wanted to do on me, but unfortunately it went to the boyfriend. And now no one is there. Like neither she nor her boyfriend. No one is there. In Kolkata, there is a place called Kali Ghat. You we In Guwahati also there are mandis where all these black magics are being performed. Not only in Kolkata, in any part. Now, I would be very honest. I saw a research, which I not a research, a sort of statement long back in LinkedIn that Kolkata is highest in the rate of black magic, and then comes Delhi, then come Pune and Chennai. Fourth is I forgot Gujarat and Rajasthan. Yeah, so there are cases in Kolkata itself. Load of things. I did not get your question.
Ma'am, I'm saying, have you like explored the lore? Like, it's a supernatural element that is heavily associated with the Muslim lore, wherein it's called a jinn. Have you
जी
looked
हाँ,
into it?
I have listened. That's the thing I was talking about. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना जीन दे दूंगी उसके पीछे.
Hmm.
I know.
Okay.
In
Okay.
Kolkata, there is a place. I'm not Rajarhat. A very in interior of Rajarhat, there are so many individuals who do this sort of genes. Now, once out of curiosity, I went to explore what exactly is that, and I took up sort of interview. So there are so many fascinating things they told say that by doing all these things they derive pleasure, they derive sort of inner happiness, and they get a call from Kalima, and so on and so forth. So again, it's the perspective. But honestly, I never encountered on my part because though my zodiac sign is too weak, honestly, but I am very strong because I practice every single day, not candle ritual, but inner child healing, cord cutting, and hence nothing affects me a lot.
Ma'am, what was the place in Kolkata that you mentioned?
Rajarhat, interior of Rajarhat, New Town, Rajarhat, interior of that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Yeah, Pragiti, tell me.
Shraddhaji, which are the strong zodiac signs and weak zodiac signs? Could you tell me?
I myself see. I have heard from people that Leo, Cancer, Capricorn, they are the most strongest, but most weakest are Aries, Taurus. Though I am on the portion of Aries, Aries, Taurus. I only know these two. Pisces are more or less in a very medium spectrum. Then the thing which have two balance, like balance wala thing, they are also on the medium spectrum. It can affect, it can't affect. See, basically, it depends on the time zone also and what time you are born. Though I am not very familiar, like I don't have idea about astrology, but as per my friends, they most more of them are in this field. They said me, Shraddhanjali, more than zodiac signs and everything, the thing which affect is gone, like gone and times. So it depends. Again, it depends. Okay. Yes. Any other question? Yes. Tell me.
Ma'am, when you said weakness, it's like susceptibility to like paranormal activity, is it?
Yes. Yeah. It's
Okay,
definitely to catch them.
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So I hope you all enjoyed this session.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I think it's a wrap up. Thank you. So yeah, Sajal, if you are there, it's a wrap up.
Yes, ma'am. I guess it's 9:41 already. Everyone has
Yes.
to complete their dinner. So it's a
Yes.
small request from our side. If you guys can just open your camera for 1 second, we can just take a
Picture.
screenshot of
Yes.
your. You all are very beautiful people. Just 5 second we need from you.
And you can find the picture in social medias. What about others? Please come up on camera at least for 2 seconds. Akanksha is of a background of books and books. I understand. People want to read.
Yes, we have taken the screenshot. Thank you all, everyone, and
Okay.
thank you, ma'am, for having this session.
Okay. So thank you everyone. I hope bye bye. I hope you all enjoyed this session. So it's just a, small notice, not notice, a small request from my side that if possible, you all can share a video like feedback sort of things so that I can understand how was the session. Even if you want to criticize, I am open for that also. Not an issue. You all can share with Sajal and he would be there to circulate it with me.
Mom,
Yes,
it
or no?
was a really insightful session. I loved it because I really like reading about or hearing to actual paranormal activities and interviews of parapsychologists or paranormal investigators. Other than that, also true crime. So it was really insightful for me, and I think it's a very long discussion that cannot be summed up in like 2 hours of a session. But it was really nice. Thank you so much,
Yes.
ma'am.
So if you all want a course, again, please don't request me. Request Mind Company. Then I would be glad to have a course because Illuminati are also there. Because it's a very long thing for 10, 15 hours. I understand. So you can request Mind Company, but not in this year as we were discussing. So Sajal would be the correct one to take up everything. So you all can take up. So, so thank you everyone. I have.
Ma'am,
Yes, Ajanta ma'am.
so basically, as a clinical psychologist, I was so shocked. It was a nice, obviously
If we,
great to
if
be as a therapist,
Sinja,
but
if it
clinical
is possible,
psychologist,
could you share a video review with Sajal or with the company so that I can receive the video? Whoever are comfortable sharing a video feedback, please do that so that we can also do it. Thank
yeah, ma'am.
you.
Ma'am, can you please
I
share
think
your social media
Shraddha,
uh,
Uh,
with
uh,
us, LinkedIn or
Shraddhanjali,
Instagram?
thank you so much.
thank you.
It was really
Mostly,
nice
thank
because
you.
it's a tough topic. I think I am a clinical psychologist myself, and I am in a teaching profession. But out of curiosity, I got the link from somewhere, and I just I got the experience. You actually justified the topic in a quite uh, possible way, and it's a very tough topic. It is not very easy to understand, with your cognitive effort. You need to have a kind of super level of, spiritual connection, as well as, your consciousness should be very sharp to get the
get that vibes from the other world. And you justified, Shraddhanjali. Thank you. Shall
Thank
we
you.
get any kind of certificate or participation of
Yes, yes,
giveaway?
the mine
Where
company would be giving. Yes,
where
yes, for
where from we will
certification.
get the link from the group already created?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hi, ma'am. So what we'll do is we'll share the certifications on your WhatsApp by tomorrow EOD, and we'll be
Okay,
sharing ma'am's Instagram ID and her LinkedIn account as well. All the resources will be shared to you over group. Any doubt, anytime you can just consult us, and if ma'am permits, we will be sharing her personal number with you, not on the group but on the personal chat.
okay, okay.
Uh,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Orna, I have given my phone number. If you want, you can get in touch, and also company Sajal would be sharing my number and other social media handles. You can go through.
No, I
Okay,
also
thank you so
want
much,
your
ma'am.
phone number, Shraddhanjali. If
Ma'am, I have given in the chat box.
okay, okay, chat box.
Uh,
Okay,
uh,
okay,
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 don't worry. If anyone who is missing my contact number, you can ask Sajal. He would be giving you all. Don't worry.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'll see you all off. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.